Greetings. Welcome to Church of Real Talk. I am your host, Minister Robinson, and as always, so very excited that you are here. Now, we are at Motivational Monday. However, I want to flash back to Feel Good Friday. The last thing that we trailed off with is to make time, not find time, but make time to tap into your creative process. I truly believe that is how we strengthen the bond between the spark that lives within us and our higher power and or the energy spark that they transfer down to us. Since the solar eclipse, I'm going to tell you, I've been on a constant search for knowledge and very creative. So what I did was I started another book. I am, after all, an author. I have, I believe, 8 books published. I'm not going to include the e-zines and stuff like that, but I have 8 books published. And I decided, hey, listen, I enjoy doing this. I haven't made that much time to create another book, so I started and went past the first chapter, created 2. You know, I really hope you guys actually took, heed to what was said on Feel Good Friday and actually started something. And I don't know when it's going to be finished, but I'm going to make it a top priority to finish it. One of the things that we must do is once we start something, we don't just let it fizzle out and die. We see it to completion. Okay? Not only will you appreciate it, but your higher power and or the universe will appreciate it. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is I am so grateful we are growing as a family. The Sanctuary for the Chosen is definitely growing. Once again, I open up my studio feed and I'm like, where did all these chosen ones come from? So I definitely appreciate you guys for taking the time to hit that subscribe button. And if you're just joining us right now, hey, it'd be kind of cool. Because when we reach that 800 mark, you already know, free digital gift for everybody, not just the people that subscribe from now. But enough about that stuff. Let's get into Motivational Monday. And the subject today is inner peace. And a lot of people might, well, why do you put that for Motivational Monday? Well, finding inner peace actually takes a lot of work. It actually takes a lot of soul searching, and it's something that you have to sometimes be prepared to actually say, I'm ready for you. But enough about that and my fake karate moves. Let's move into the offering right about nowish. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let's jump right in. Finding inner peace. Well, let me just start off like this, and this is not being hypocritical. I talk a lot about lower vibrational beings and demons and how they just, like, as my always say, just pluck your last nerve, causing you to feel as if your peace is being drained from you. One of the things that I actually did this weekend as I was coming up with, our different offerings for the week, was I looked into this inner peace thing because deep down in the core, I said to myself, something's wrong here. If it's not a test from our higher power and or the universe, there's something deeper to finding inner peace. Now, I'm with a lot of you guys, the demons that we're surrounded by, the lower vibrational beings that we're surrounded by, they can be, for lack of a better term, just irritants. They make it harder. And in a sense, that's what they want to do. They want to keep you on tilt. They want to keep you off balance. However, you got to take accountability. Honestly, you do. You should never, as a chosen one, as a starseed, as a positive human being, should never find yourself being dragged through the whirlwind of someone else's actions. The reason being is you, as I've said before, adhere to a higher standard. So let's say you're in the presence of a demon, a lower vibrational being, and they're just sitting up there pushing buttons, trying to trick you, trying to get you upset, trying to take you out of your square, as people say. So they're doing all of this. if you get frustrated, if you get upset, if you get taken out of your square, whose fault is that? See, self-responsibility, accountability. And I've actually been practicing this for, I'd say, the last 3 days. And it really does work. And to a sense, I find out that it irritates, the lower vibrational beings when you don't get upset. It's almost like, this is one of the ways that I can tell that I'm dealing with a person that just is vibrating so low, is they will say something, as I like to say, they'll throw a dart. And if you're not looking at them, if you quickly turn around, they're staring at you like this. Like, okay, is that going to do it? Is that the one? Is that the thing that I said that's going to make him lose it? We adhere to a higher standard. So, and I'm going to give you tips and hints that seem to work for me, and you're welcome to find your own. The motivation here is to not be dragged into the hurricane. It's like being inland 100 miles away from the ocean, open up your window and saying there's a hurricane, and then flying out your window and said, oh my God, I'm part of the hurricane now. It shouldn't be that way. And we have to motivate ourselves to not always react. Not every situation is put there for us to react to. Sometimes it can be a test to ensure, this is what our higher powers in the universe will do to us, to ensure that we will not fall back into this trap of reacting to everything that is thrown within our path, within our way. Again, I bring to your attention, sometimes these lower vibrational beings have no freaking clue what it is that they are doing. They are being controlled and manipulated by demons, by things that have decided you are close to a chosen one. You are close to one who is worthy. You are close to one that has the power, the potential to change our plans. Okay, so I'm going to need you to be the vessel to hold all of this negativity and direct it at this chosen one, so this chosen one cannot go out there and be of assistance. This is not their fault, and sometimes it is a cry for help. Sometimes, that's why I say we have to adhere to a higher standard. Buddha, and I wrote this down, Buddha once said, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. We have this strange problem of saying, hey, if you would just leave me alone, if you would just let me think, if you would just stop doing this, if you would just stop doing that. At the end of the day, what difference does that make with the amount of self-control that you have over your reactions and emotions? That's why I said it's going to take work. It has to take work. There's no way around it. If you can be triggered to come completely out of character by another human being, a human being on this planet that breathes the same oxygen that breathes, that eats the same food that you eat, that is controlled or mandated by the same gravity that you have to adhere to, what makes that person have the power or the privilege to change your mindset, or to change the way you think, or to change how you choose to react? Again, we come back to self-responsibility and accountability. It is not always easy. I will be completely forefront and honest with you. It is not easy. We have people in our lives right now that have been around us for years, for decades, forever it seems like. And they have become masters. They have become complete masters. It's almost like they went up into the mountains, put on a robe, and sat up there and chanted, I'm just going to be an irritant to this person for the rest of my life. They have mastered the art of finding which buttons to press to get you upset. If you choose not to get upset, you'll just be met with, oh, I was just joking. No, the hell you wasn't. Like I said, the quick turnaround reveals everything. It's like I could be like walking down the street, somebody will say something I'm ignoring them, then they'll say something else, and then I do the quick turnaround. And then in that split second, you see them almost like a hungry beast waiting for your reaction. No more. No more. You as chosen ones, you as star seeds, you as positive individuals have been put here to be of assistance. You can't be of assistance if you are going around reacting to everything that is said and done to you. Yes, there are certain things that definitely need to be addressed. However, how are you addressing these things? Are you addressing them in a state of anger? Are you addressing these things where you see nothing but red and you're wondering, the last rational thought you have is, am I going to be dragged away in handcuffs? That's not a good thing. That's why I said you need to work on this. You need to find ways to take yourself out of the eye of the storm. See, if you don't take yourself out the eye of the storm, you find yourself in a strange predicament. That predicament becomes the fact that you have given someone control over you. Because if a person can control your emotions, if a person can take you from being a peaceful, happy, loving, joyful, grateful person down to the very depths of every thought that your ego that you've been beating back constantly every day. Your ego is like, oh, go time. Let's go. I've been waiting all month for this. Yeah, you've been listening to that Minister Robinson. Yeah, we're going to show him today. We're going to show him how we react to this. No. Why? We spend so much time meditating, praying, trying to embrace the concepts of love, joy, and gratitude. We spend all this time trying to connect to our higher power and or the universe. And we sweep that all under the rug because of a saying? Sound travels at 770 miles per second. Light travels 186,000 miles per second. The light that comes from your higher power, the light that comes from the universe that is embedded with love, joy, and gratitude is more important. If you allow it, it will beat the sound every time. Before the words, before they take action, before they can even think of what they're going to say, light has already hit you. And you need to embrace that. The universe, my higher power, is sending love, joy, and gratitude towards me constantly. What you have to say really doesn't matter in the scheme, the greater scheme of things. Does this not resonate with you? We find ourselves, we're human beings, we find ourselves in these situations constantly. And sadly enough, there are people that live on this realm with us that due to the way that they view life, this is their only outlet. Their only outlet is to be able to try to make someone else feel upset, angry, because what they're saying in the back of their mind, and every time they do this, and you can be an outsider, walk in and ask the person, the antagonist, and ask them like, how did you feel after you did that? They probably tell you, I felt really good. I'm going to tell you something. I felt really good because I was able, with just a couple of sentences, to completely control that individual over there. That person was under my control. They may not realize it. Chosen one's my butt. They was under my control. There was no higher power involved in that. That was all me. Look at them over there. They still frustrated and angry, walking away. I control that. Do you want a lower vibrational being to be able to walk away and think that thought? We have to, again, Motivational Monday, we have to make ourselves do better. The Quran, and this is another quote that I'm going to read off to you guys. Those who believe and whose hearts find peace in the remembrance of Allah, truly it is in the remembrance of Allah that hearts find peace. And that's kind of what I was saying with the whole light thing. It reaches us like this before anything else happens. And if you subscribe to a higher power and or the universe, again, your choice, doesn't matter to me. Whatever keeps you to be a positive human being is all I care about. If you subscribe to Allah, God, Jesus, Buddha, whatever, okay, if you subscribe to this, why wouldn't you want that light to envelop you and bring peace and joy? Because it is coming from your higher power and or the universe. No matter which way you look at it, is creation to help sustain us. As a chosen one, yeah, we might get a couple more trinkets of that light. You know what I'm saying? We get a little bit more because, with great power comes even greater responsibility. Okay? So you have to always remember that, hey, listen, I'm not going to fall into this whirlwind. I'm not, this man-made storm that you're trying to drag me into. I want no parts of it. What I do want to do is I want to enjoy my inner peace. I want to live in a state of continual gratitude, love, and joy, and happiness. I think I should take a break. I really do, because in a sense, this is so very important that we gravitate to finding our inner balance of understanding what inner peace really is and how we are in control of our inner peace. So with that being said, we're going to come back, actionable tips, ideas, and other great stuff that can ensure that you are going to be the biggest, fastest, strongest, greatest chosen one ever. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to get started nowish.
Introducing Church of Real Talk's Sacred Space, a safe haven for those seeking understanding and support. Need to talk? Minister Robinson is here to listen, offering compassionate guidance and spiritual insights. Call now at 856-880-7585. That's 856-880-7585. Don't hesitate to reach out. Call 856-880-7585 to connect with someone who cares. Church of Real Talk's Sacred Space is your place to share, reflect, and find peace. Call 856-880-7585 and experience the comfort of a compassionate conversation. Together, we'll navigate life's challenges. Call 856-880-7585 and let's start talking.
All right, we are back. We didn't really go no place. We're back, okay? I was thinking about that quote as the break was playing. Those who believe and whose hearts find peace in the remembrance of Allah, truly it is in the remembrance of Allah that hearts find peace. That is hint, tip, actionable idea number one. Sometimes, honestly, this is the way you have to look at it. This is what our higher powers and or the universe is there for. They are our first tier support system. Okay? And sometimes, and I've said this before, sometimes you gotta shoot out that quick prayer. Sometimes you have to stop, pause, and say, before I say anything, before I do anything, let me just get in contact with my higher power and or the universe. Let me just have a really quick light speed conversation so that I don't get dragged into this chaos. Remember, always remember, this is what they want. Lower vibrational demons, lower vibrational beings, this is what they want. They don't want the world to become a better place. They don't want the world to actually begin to awaken. They don't want the world to wake up one day and decide, hey, listen, your power over me really doesn't count for anything. They don't want that. Okay, so this is part of your job description. If you just open up to page 1419 of your standard operational procedure, you will see that you will not let anything take away your inner peace. So you use the first tier, okay? You're not seeing red yet. You're not worried about hearing sirens. You're doing good, okay? What I have found is, and this upsets, I tell you, it doesn't matter if I know you, I don't know you, whatever. When I sense that someone, again, my discernment, you're trying to trigger me, what I usually do is I just give the most logical response. I pause and give a logical response. Nothing injected with any kind of emotion. Just facts. Okay? Just knowledge. I just put it on the table, walk away. You know? If you do that, you will do the quick take and you'll see their face drop. You know, you'll hear things like, oh, why are you being arrogant? Oh, you're always being a smart ass. Oh, you've always got to be sarcastic. But yet and still, see, this is something that lower vibrational beings never do, okay? And chosen ones, this definitely resonates with you. They never take self-responsibility. They will never take responsibility for their actions. They can't. Because if at any point they take responsibility for their actions, they will find that, hey, the jig is up. I've been discovered. People know what I'm all about now. You know? But I digress. I'm going completely off track here. What I'm talking about is our self-accountability. Our ability to not let someone else control our emotions. We go through life. I mean, if you've ever been in a store, you can definitely attest to this. If you've ever been in a store and then like a major retailer like Target or Walmart or something like that, you're going to be approached, especially in the electronics section, with someone trying to sell you something. It could be a phone, it could be a new product, it could be cable, it could be internet. They're going to try to sell you something. And sometimes that can be frustrating. It can be frustrating to the point that you just want to snap out by the time the third person comes to you. You know, doesn't this resonate with you? I said no to the person over there. What's wrong with you? Do you? I'm shopping. I'm trying to get Pampers for my baby. What the heck is wrong with you people? And then you just flip out. Okay? I want to tell you something. This is how you take accountability. You break down the situation. Again, this doesn't take too long to do. Okay? Light speed. The whole electrical impulses, millisecond, you can figure this all out. You just flipped out at the third person that approached you. Okay? So you basically gave a part of yourself, a part of your energy, a part of your peace, a part of the person that you are in a negative way to this person. Admittedly, this is the third person. They had nothing to do with the first two people. Nothing at all. Okay? But I get it. You're frustrated. But you let person number 1 and 2 frustrate you. See, you didn't walk into the store frustrated. You didn't walk into the store upset. And if you did, this is something that you have to take accountability for. Okay? You didn't, for the most part, you walked in there to get what it was that you needed. Be it Pampers, juice, milk, a new shirt, a new bra, a new pair of boxers, whatever it was. That's what you went in the store to get. That was the defining mission for you. Why did you let anyone take you out of that zone? See, you can't blame them. You have to blame yourself. You allowed yourself to be taken out of that zone. You allowed yourself to be taken off task. Now do you see why it's so important that you have to always practice ways to keep your inner peace? I watched so many videos this weekend where the blame was put on everybody else. The energy vampires, the energy bloodsuckers, and the people that vibrate so low that they drag you into their vibration. No, I don't care what anybody says. It's you. It is you. I know this is not helping with my subscription base, but it's true. This is you, and this is something, I bring it to your attention not to bash you, not to say that you're doing something wrong, but the same way that your higher power or universe gives you tests to make you aware of a chip in your armor, a break in your armor. It's, again, with the whole military thing, if you are going out into battle in some kind of protected vehicle and there's a gaping 1-foot hole in the vehicle, wouldn't you want someone to tell you so that you don't go out in the battlefield with this big open hole? Wouldn't you want someone to say, hey, you can't go out there like that. You got a big hole. The enemy they can walk up and just shoot inside and get everybody. Come on, you got to fix that or get another vehicle. Go over to Motor T and get another vehicle. No. You would rather hear that. And this is how I become of assistance. So whether you want to hear it or not, it's the truth. You get tired of blaming everyone for your situation. You have to motivate yourself to figure out the link where you actually played a part. Where you actually played a part. As you're sitting on the couch, your heart palpitating, your face is all red, you're clenching your fist, okay? And you're going all cray-cray, and you're like, oh, if I see that person again, oh Lord, they don't know what's going to happen to them. That person isn't even around you. And look at the state that you find yourself in right now. So who's responsible for that? Who's responsible for taking away the love and the joy and the happiness from you at that point? It's you. It's you. You know, and I guess I love to age myself, and at this stage, I'm going to definitely age myself. I grew up in New York City, the hip-hop era, 80s, 90s, and the thing that you had to have was a boombox, okay? Radio is sometimes bigger than you, okay? That you just cranked it up and you blasted and you sat on the benches and you went to the park. You were like a mobile party. So what usually happens was, if you had one of these boom boxes, it was like a high interest loan, basically, because it took like an insane amount of D-cell batteries. So you really didn't have too much money for anything else. So mixtapes out the question. I DJ'd. When I had my boombox, I noticed that my record purchases became lower and lower and lower because I'm trying to feed the boombox. So what we did was, and many of you can resonate with this if you're in my age range, what we did was we had like DJs that would come on Friday and Saturday nights on the radio station, and what we would do is, because boomboxes had 2 cassette decks, we would tape the whole show, flip it over, catch the rest of the show, and the next day we would sit up there and play Master Technician and take out all the things that didn't apply to our magnificent homemade mixtape. So that's station IDs, chit chat, commercials, the weather, crime scene stuff, whatever, so that we had nothing but the music. So we learned very quickly how to adapt to pause. Okay, you're pausing the main tape at just the right time, the tape that you're recording on, and you're actually pausing, okay, the tape the music that you recorded the night before, okay? And in a way, that's what we have to do with many of the situations that we find ourselves in. Is sometimes we just got to hit the pause button, okay? And when we're hitting the pause button, we're thinking about all the things that we don't want, that we're taking out, that we don't want to make it over to our master tape. Okay, we don't want that over there. So that's what we have to do mentally. We have to pause and remove the garbage. See, most confrontational situations, there is so much garbage involved in it. So much stuff that makes no sense. So much stuff that has nothing to do with the issue at hand. We've got to learn how to quickly remove that. As a manager in quite a few companies, okay, as a manager or a person in charge of a team, I had to learn that very quickly. Your team has a complaint, a gripe, whatever. They're trying to rub you the wrong way so that in their mind, they think that whatever they're requesting will be basically given to them because they put you in your place. Does it resonate with you? But I learned very quickly, and I actually learned it from the manager above me, and I'm going to put his name out there, Ike. I'm not going to put his last name. He told me, he said, you've got to separate the garbage from the facts. They're always going to come to you with garbage. You got to get rid of it. Before you even respond, before you take the breath to respond, you have to remove the garbage, the things that serve no purpose. Okay? And then you address the issue, the real problem, the real thing that is going on, the real thing that has relevance. When we find ourselves in confrontations, that's what we got to do. That is exactly what we got to do. Just, again, light speed, okay, electrical impulses. Just get rid of the garbage, find the facts, and address the facts. It makes life so much easier, and it allows both parties, specifically you, okay, it allows both parties to calm down because you're dealing with factual information. So I would start off after hearing this barricade of, slight disses and everything else. I would just listen, hear the employee out, listen to what they had to say, shake my head to show that I was paying attention, and then I said, okay, no, I understand where you're coming from. So let me just recap to make sure we're on the same page, and just kick back the facts. That's it. Not that you tried to call me out my name, not that you tried to get me upset, not that you tried to bring up something that has nothing whatsoever to do with the situation. I'm not going to address any of that. And it allowed me to build a relationship, with my employees that, no, I'm never going to try to be your friend. I'm not your friend. This is work. We're here to do work. I have a quota that I have to meet. Thereby, you have a quota that you have to meet. And that's just the end of it, But we can have a positive working relationship, Again, look at the whole boombox era. It's like, take out the stuff that you don't want to hit the tape that you're taking outside. People are going to appreciate the work that you did. You sit up there pausing and go, oh no, I don't want that commercial. Who cares about the news? They want to hear this jam. This is jam right here. That's what we have to start doing. I have one last quote that kind of brings this, and it comes from the Bible. Songs. I say songs. I don't know if it's poems, songs. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry if I'm being, disrespectful. But please put in the comments the pronunciation. I'm just keeping it real here. It says, the Lord gives strength to his people. The Lord blesses his people with peace. So this is what we've been talking about during Motivational Monday, finding inner peace. Your higher power in the universe gives you the strength. It gives you the tools. I told you, it'll never send you out there without the necessary tools. Okay? Without the necessary items needed to complete your mission. Your mission is to be of assistance. So he gives you this, but he also says, if you use this strength, he's going to bless you with peace. At this, I basically could have just said that and called the offering quits. Because at the end of the day, that's all it really means. You have the tools, you have the capabilities to rush past this. The first thing that is going to be needed is for you to stop blaming everyone else. I'm not coming after anybody's channel on YouTube that disagrees with me, that feels that, hey, maybe, he's coming at me. I'm not coming at anybody. Once again, I'm separating garbage from the facts. My honest opinion, my honest belief is it's not them. It sounds like the old breakup thing. It's not them. It's me. It's me. I have come to the point where I understand I am in control of this life. Not the person at the store, not the person up the corner, not the person that sits at the desk next to me, not the person that lives upstairs or downstairs, not the person that lives next door. I. And chosen ones, just like you. I feel that, you should feel the same way. You should be the sole controller of your life. You should always adhere to that higher standard. Thoughts, comments, I know I said a lot. Please hit that subscribe button, even if you took offense to this, because again, I just want to take out the garbage and just speak to the facts. Self-responsibility. Be responsible for yourself. I had this guy that I worked with when I was learning how to be a cast technician. People put casts on their arms and stuff. And he used to have this saying, and I didn't understand it at first, but once again, things are put in our path for a reason, so that we may not understand it now, but at a later date when it's extremely necessary and important that you do understand it, you'll remember what that person said to you. And one of the things that he used to say constantly that I didn't understand was, he said, some people are just not responsible for themselves. And in a sense, that is true. And it's not just lower vibrational beings. Sometimes it's us. It's easier to not be responsible for yourself. It's easier to put the blame on somebody else, to say it's somebody else's fault, to say I wouldn't have reacted if they didn't do this or say this. It's like, buddy, we're not in third grade anymore. And now you're a chosen one. You definitely have to adhere to a higher standard. With that being said, all the same stuff is in place. We're still trying to raise money for our physical location. We've got the book promo. All the links to this stuff is below. We also have the Sacred Space line. We're trying to reach these 800 subscribers. Still doesn't get me monetized. Really doesn't. But again, I need to grow this family. This is part of the driving force within me, is I need to grow this family. I know there are so many of us out there. I feel like, and I'm not trying to say I'm that important, but I'm starting to feel like Morpheus up on this camera. I really am. My whole job, my whole purpose in life is to awaken those or find those that need assistance, that I can be of assistance to through their spiritual growth and their spiritual journey. Okay, I said enough. I know. Just watch it. No, you're good. Hey, listen, like I said, I'm really excited because I looked at the dashboard and there's so many more chosen ones, and I definitely appreciate you for that. So with that being said, Church of Real Talk, Sanctuary for the Chosen, Minister Robinson, credentials and all, and you already know, love you guys.
Welcome to the Church of Real Talk, where seekers embrace their calling as chosen ones guided by the universe. In a world filled with noise and distractions, we offer a sanctuary, a place to pause, reflect, and awaken to your true potential. Join us on a journey of self-discovery and transformation as we explore the depths of spirituality, consciousness, and the mysteries of existence. From understanding the power of synchronicities to embracing your innate gifts and abilities, we offer practical wisdom and spiritual insights to help you navigate the path of the chosen one with grace and clarity. Whether you're just beginning to awaken to your potential or seeking guidance on your next steps, our channel is here to support you every step of the way. Together, let's uncover the secrets of the soul, embrace our true calling, and radiate love and light into the world. Welcome to the Church of Real Talk, a sanctuary where authenticity meets enlightenment, and every soul is honored on its sacred journey.